Good morning, everybody. This is Diggs. It's another beautiful day out here in the Pacific Northwest, and today we are going to talk about everything you need to know in regards to the Leviathan Raid Prep. Let's go ahead and dig in. So there's a little bit going on here. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Leviathan is going to be week 2 slash. Going to have resistance to pretty much every other effect. Probably the attack that's going to trick you up the most is going to be Tsunami with a 25% chance to inflict slow. If you don't have a lot of ribbons from the previous event that never got a rerun, you may be in a little bit of trouble because that's one of the only accessories that does apply slow resistance to your characters. You could also use Moore's TMR, the Star Boreal Pendant, which does give an AoE nullify slow to your party. You can also utilize Omega or Kraken because they do have natural slow resistance in their 3-star forms, and it will give you enough to kind of counteract that slow. Leviathan is not considered another beast. He is going to be considered aquatic. There are a couple espers that have advantage types against aquatic and water enemies. That's going to be pretty much all of the electric based espers. I personally would actually recommend Coral, Rama, Agayon, and Ogre. Actually, I've never recommended the Ogre Esper, but the bonuses that you're going to be able to get for a slash attacking, lightning attacking, aquatic killer esper like from Ogre are actually so good that it bypasses a lot of the other espers you could be setting on your units. Tetrasulfide and Tomberry both have access to water killer slash aquatic killer as well. However, I would not recommend using them. I think they don't have enough in their toolkits to kind of support this raid, particularly Tomberry. Tetrasulfide, maybe if you're doing some type of weird composition, or maybe you don't have an esper, but I would stay away from them. But if you are desperate, you can definitely go that way for a little bit more damage. One of the things that's a little bit scary as well is that Leviathan has a 60% chance to counter with his counter ability. It's 100% damage, and it decreases water resistance 38% for 3 turns to self. I think this was designed with Charlotte in mind, since when Charlotte released, Charlotte came with one of the abilities that does reduce counter chance 100%, and I do think that it was meant for Charlotte to use this on the Leviathan fight. So if you do have a Charlotte, I have a level 79 Charlotte, and I plan on using her for my bonus unit just for this ability, and hopefully it will stop Leviathan from counterattacking. I've never tested the resist or the stop counterattack ability in PvE content before, so I'm hoping that the counter reduction chance up to 100% will proc on Leviathan as well. Taking a look at some of the different compositions you can run, Lightning is probably the most relevant. Of course, Charlotte not only has the decreased lightning resistance and reduced counter chance abilities, she also has access to Swift Punishment, which will decrease agility. 9S does have access to Drain Rush, which is a 3-hit slash attack, and I also think 9S is going to be one of the most important units you could bring, especially if you're lacking a lot of slow resistance, because 9S naturally has 100% slow resistance. He also has access to a break, which does decrease attack and magic 43%. A lot of people probably don't have Sid that are actually watching this video, because to have Sid you would have had to have played in the beginning of War of the Visions. If you do have Sid though, you know how effective he can be in this lightning composition. If you're someone who only has 9S and a weakened Charlotte, I would actually consider going a rainbow slash composition involving Gilgamesh being able to lower slash resistance, throw in another slash unit, maybe Venera, who can lower defense on the opponent. Something like that, something that would make things work. I've seen the recommendation for Sir O, and as much as I love Sir O does have a natural 25% slow resistance down, which makes him really bad for this fight. If you're looking for other lightning units to include with slash attacks, I actually think Alim would be the best, because Alim does give a lightning element mastery to the party. Shoots Out would also be pretty good. He also does have an EX form, and he has access to that soldier kit. So he's going to have increased attack. He's going to be able to hit the damage cap. He'll also have damage limit up because he is an EX unit. And then, of course, Ravi's is kind of your good old reliable. You know, she can only blade bash, but she's still going to be able to get in there. She's a lightning unit, and she'll probably be able to cap damage. If you are not using Charlotte, if you are maybe considering using Summer Killfay, I do think a light slash comp is going to be a little difficult to pull off. Most people are going to have Ramza to pull it off. If you don't have Ramza, you're definitely going to have Rob's special vision card, which does give him access to Sonic Severance for a 2-hit attack. El Sorel for Drain Rush, and then potentially you're going to need somehow to lower slash resistance and or defense. Gilgamesh for slash resistance, of course, you know, universal. Vistral EX, actually, who came out recently, does have an ability that lowers defense, and so there is potentially some synergy with Vistral in a light slash composition, which being able to lower defense in a light slash composition has not really been possible up until now. So being able to add Vistral in to maybe do that is potentially a unique way that you may be able to get a light slash composition to work against Leviathan. Finally, of course, we do have an ice composition that you could be using, and ice, I didn't put much in here because if you have an ice composition, you know how an ice composition works. You put Gilgamesh, you put Laswell, you put Oron in, you have a level 1 Velric or a level 1 Charlotte, and you just drop them in, and literally it'll just auto raid clear itself by some miracle. So you know how it works if you have ice slash. You've been around the block most likely. In terms of the bonus unit, the bonus unit is going to be Devil Chimera. Devil Chimera is 15% weak to magic and 10% weak to light elemental damage. So what this means is Black Rose Helena is just going to solo it for you. In all seriousness, Black Rose Helena is probably going to solo this for you. That's probably what people are just going to do. Even though she's like not a bonus unit, just throw the Black Rose Helena in there. Throw all the bonus units in. They'll figure some shit out. It's only 15% slash resistance. How hard can he be? Right? Someone's got to have a Summer Killfay to throw in. I don't think you're going to have to worry about this guy. There's like, what's he going to do? He's going to blind your units. I don't think Chimera is going to be a big deal. So anyway, you guys, I hope you all like this raid guide. Hope you guys like the quick and dirty that we've been doing recently. Hopefully this helps someone out there. If you have more detailed questions, you can ask me down in the comment section down below. And I will, of course, answer your questions. So we'll, of course, be posting clear videos from multiple compositions the day after the raid pops. And I look forward to talking to you guys then. Have a great rest of your day, YouTube.